Right, for this month's RidgeMonkey piece, something a little bit different again. Often when I'm in supermarkets, I'm looking out for little bits and pieces that I might be able to cook in my little toaster. And it was actually last year that I came across this one. I was on the way to the lake and Marks and Spencer's done some really nice croquettes. I was actually going fishing with Adam Penning and I cooked him some of these. Literally, he said, "That is the best thing I've ever eaten." Actually, he might have said, "That is the best thing I've ever eaten on the bank," but there's no point letting the truth get in the way of a good story, eh? Right, so first of all, croquettes. These aren't quite as chunky as the ones that I had last time, but I'm sure they'll serve the purpose just fine. So first of all, we'll get these open. Next, I need to actually get a bit of oil in the pan. I'd probably get away with it, you know, if I'd forgotten my oil, then I'm sure there's enough grease in those breadcrumbs that once they get heated up, they'd start producing a bit. However, to make them cook better, I'm going to actually use some of the oil that I bought. So first of all, I'll just leave that on high, get that oil nice and hot. If you don't heat the oil up properly before you put things in to cook it, then the food just tends to absorb it. Right, that oil's nice and hot. Just going to turn down that heat a little bit. Let's get 3 of these in there. And we'll close that shut to make the most of the heat that you're producing. Save on gas. Just stops all that hot air leaking out of the top and makes everything cook that much quicker. Just going to turn it down a little bit more. Okay, let's have a little look. Lovely jubbly. Now I've been spinning them around a little bit here and there just to make sure that they cook on all 4 sides. I'm just going to turn that almost off. Now, for the special part, get yourself some brie. Find a little softer spot. Poke a little hole in there. Okay, now let's just get a few little bits of brie. Now, as I said, the last time I'd done this, the croquettes I had were a little bit chunkier, so I had a bit more space to work with, but we'll get away with it, that'll be alright. And then we'll close that down, give that just sort of a minute or so on a really low heat. All we're doing there is just melting that brie a little bit. Right, let's see how that brie's getting on. Oh, look at that. Absolutely lovely. And then this little bad boy, caramelised onion chutney, adds a real nice sort of sweet taste and complements cheese perfectly. Just going to blob a little bit on top of each of those. Now you'll probably be able to hear that they're sizzling away. So as you can imagine, they are going to be ridiculously hot. So I'd normally have a little mouthful right now, but I'm not going to do that because I'll end up taking the skin off the roof of my mouth. So we're going to let them cool down a little bit before we tuck into them. But look at them little beauties. Bankside snacks especiala. Now I've cooled down a little bit. It is still fairly hot. As I mentioned, you know, it was a bit of a ready, steady cook moment, this one. I've never seen it done anywhere before. I looked in my bag, had the croquettes, had the brie, had the chutney. It worked. And Adam's wife has actually got a restaurant, and he said he was that impressed with it. He was like, oh, I've got to get these on the menu. So I might even give him a shout later, see if he's got them on the menu yet, but see if they're as good as mine. You pay top money for that at a restaurant, I'm telling you.